the chair with the back. What do we do when we have a chair with the back leaning? We just lean into it. And just lean to it. And we can bring our attention to how we're sitting, how our hands are rested on our body, if they're on the hips, on the knees, on my tummy. Anything and everything goes. How are my feet rested on the ground? How are my sitting bones or my pelvis area is seated on the seat, and how am I leaning backwards? And what I'm going to do, start it going, is breathe and observe my breath as I inhale and exhale. And as I bring my attention to the inhaling and exhaling, see if you can feel the change of how we're leaning backwards, downwards, footwards, handwards, any of the leaning. So even the change, the slightest move of a sitting bone, of an arm, of a shoulder blade. Find yourself going more or attracted to that area that changes as you breathe. And just have a clear image in your mind of what's moving. Again, I'm breathing. And something in the leaning points gets motion into it. And if you find that spot, I want you to start bringing more movement into it. So we're kind of going to join, say I'm inhaling, I'll go for the obvious, and I feel something in my shoulder blades. I'll start kind of making room for my shoulder blades to move behind me. So we're leaning backwards. And as I'm breathing, I'm allowing the air to kind of shift my inside, maybe around. And just find a new way to lean myself. I said if I'll go for the obvious, for the mishenet behind me. And I can use my hands to assist. I can use my hands in a different place to assist. So we're going to take our breath and kind of just paint inside us a movement, a theme, a subject. And after having a session about utopia, and after having a session about how everything changes, and you can take yourself wider, take yourself further, find yourself really testing the seat behind you, beneath you, in detail, as you just take your breath and paint with it inside you, through our ribs, through our shoulder blades, and through our bones and joints, and through our muscles and through our ligaments. And if you feel that it extends from our chest outwards towards our sitting bones or our pelvis, and going back to connecting it to utopia, or to everything changes. Today is just going to be about feeling. No, who knows? About, you're all muted. About feeling good. So you can already guess our singer and song. Maybe, maybe not. And again, I'm combining these two elements within me of the breath and the movement. And the deeper I go into each part, each cell, each molecule, the further I find I can go in my body, reach out to the arms, reach out to my knees, and the deeper I go, the more comfortable I get, the more parts on my seat that I can sense through my body, whether it's because I'm tilting over, bending over, twisting, whatever it is I do, find how the parts that are touching the chair are moving, and find where it comes from, if it comes from a different area in the body, or maybe it can just echo into a different part of the body, from my shoulder blade into my opposite fingers. So it's still in the same area, the Utopia song, taking our body and just making it utopia. Only this time we're adding on the chair, still using a lot of the ground with my feet, with my toes, moving around with my pelvis, finding new areas to lean into, finding new parts that might want to just let go. Maybe something will assist me to rise up, maybe a hand, maybe a foot. I can let go of the leaning point behind me, underneath me. I can find myself through this whole motion of easiness and leaningness into the chair. I can find myself leaning into more parts, finding more areas touching different parts of the chair, different parts inside me touching different parts inside of me, from my hand into my chest, from my foot into my chest. We're just kind of schmoozing ourselves on the chair. Again, we can find ourselves letting go, leaning into the heels, maybe even lifting a sitting bone or two sitting bones if I lean forward, still referencing with the chair. If I'm lifting off my sitting bones from the chair, it's still the yachas to the chair, so I'm still moving with it. Maybe finding myself leaning more into a pubis bone, maybe leaning into the groins, maybe into one side of the groin. And go back, make sure that the breath is like this animated spirit within us. I mean, there's nothing less needed to imagine in our body and our spirit or the air moving around. And we're just using the chair and using the air and using the good feeling that we're bringing, just attracting to us and moving for us and working for us, and we're just thinking about it, feeling good about it. Let's bring Nina Simone to sing about it. Find yourself beyond the chair, beyond this room, beyond this room. Just take yourself into this good feeling. You can sit back, Rega, for another minute and just have ourselves schmooze with the chair again. Schmooze with our emotions. Schmooze with our breath. Let's close our eyes even for Rega. We can sit up. Just sit however you are comfortable, whatever is comfortable. Let's take a moment in our feeling good mode. We can take a moment to imagine our day feeling good.